Hello, everybody. My name is Vicky Hanley. I'm Head of Client Success inside Content to Clients. And today I'm joined by one of our wonderful clients, Rachelle Atkin, who's been working with us, I think, for around 9 months now. So before we get into the good stuff, Rachelle, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your business.
Yes, so I'm Rachelle Atkin. I have been running the Yorkshire Marketing Company for the last 14 years, following redundancy from a retail marketing manager's role that I was in straight after maternity. So decided to set up my business just to work around my son, and still here 14 years later. So I can't be doing too many things wrong.
Amazing. I love that. Not that you were made redundant after maternity leave, but don't love that bit. But I love that you started it to do something on your own terms and just continued. Yeah, it's very similar to my situation, which yeah, I love it. Okay, so we've been working together for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
And since you came into C2C, you've seen some pretty cool results, which we're going to talk about over the course of the next sort of 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
But before we start, I just wanted to say I've been really impressed with you from the start because you are very much a doer. You don't take any shit, which I like. And you're very much like, right, tell me what needs to happen. I'll go away and do the steps. And then you get the results ultimately.
Yeah.
So before we look at what life's like now, I want to go back in time with you. What was life like inside your business and more generally before you joined C2C? What was the business like, and kind of what state of mind were you in?
The business was fine. It was tracking along nicely. I was getting clients. They just weren't the right type of clients. Sort of reversed back a couple of years before that. I was working with small retailers. I was going back to my retail roots. But the high street has just changed since, and small retailers, were struggling. They didn't have the budgets to be working on the marketing, unfortunately. And so it felt like I had to just change direction a little bit, change my audience a little bit. During all of that, I lost my dad to cancer really quickly, which was over like a 3-month period. And it took me a good sort of 12 months to reevaluate what I really wanted and what I wanted to do, because those life experiences do just kind of throw things at you, don't they? And you do sort of reevaluate what you really want to be doing. So I was still enjoying what I was doing, but it didn't feel like it was, what I wanted to keep doing for the next another 10 years. So it took me a little while to figure it out, and I decided that actually now's probably the right time to do more mentoring. And so rather than doing people's social media for them, it was time to really go back to that full marketing mix and helping people understand that marketing isn't just social media. There's a lot more to it than that, but actually teaching them how to do it in their own businesses, but teaching them, all the pro tips, tricks, and, putting some real meaty strategies together to help them do that. But I had the wrong audience to do that. And I also wanted to move a bit more into fractional marketing manager, marketing director role as well. So I was playing around for quite a while, updating my offers. Didn't feel like I got it quite right. My messaging was kind of a bit all over the place because I was just overthinking it all too much. You know what it's like when you're working on your own. It's difficult, isn't it? Because you're not bouncing off anybody. So yeah, I was still attracting lovely clients. They just weren't quite right. And so I went to Tomicon last year. First time on my own. I'd kind of gone through the list of speakers and was like, yeah, I know who I want to see. But it was people that I already knew.
Right.
And when I got back to my room, I thought, no, I'm going to look again and read everybody's bio. And I saw this cheeky chappy that was talking first. And he was talking about marketing, sales, and putting processes in place. And I thought, yeah, I need to probably focus a bit more on sales and the processes, because I've been doing this so long. It's all up here.
Yeah.
And it's me that's doing it, and that's fine. But if I want to scale and I want to be more of this, work more as a fractional marketing director, and I wanted to work with more high profile clients, I needed to have more structure in place.
Absolutely.
And I just needed to attract the right audience, which meant a different frame of mind in terms of sales. So yeah, that's how I was introduced to Chris James.
To the one and only.
And you on stage as well.
Yes, of course.
I was like, who's this random woman on stage?
Taking selfies.
So selfish.
That was so fun. Yeah, that was a great day. What was your impression of him from the talk? What did you get? What did you take? But just out of curiosity,
I was
came
probably
up
just sat there with my mouth open, going, "Oh my god, this guy is like 100 miles an hour."
Yeah,
but he's northern, and he's talking my language. He's saying everything that I think I need in my business. So I need his book. So yeah, I met you guys afterwards, got his book, read his book, and it just all made sense. I thought, yeah, I know the marketing side of things.
Yeah,
it's really the structure, the processes, and the sales tips that I needed to get myself in front of larger, I wouldn't say corporate, but a bit more corporate clients. But I want to have those skills, those additional skills to help me do that.
Yeah, definitely. And when you've been in that kind of done for you space as well for such a long time previously, before making that shift as well, it's quite a different offer, isn't it? It's quite a different, like the messaging around it and everything else, and getting those processes in place to sell it. So yeah, you're definitely in the right place. I'm really glad that you rethought your Atomicon schedule in your hotel room that day, because we could be in a completely different place now.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, that's amazing. So when you joined, fast forward a little bit to once you've signed on the dotted line, Chris has convinced you to take the leap. What were you most concerned about? There must have been things that you were thinking about, like, oh gosh, is this going to work for me? Or what was the thinking going on behind the scenes?
The biggest thing for me was the cost. I'd made Chris go through all the hoops because I wanted to see his sales process.
Okay. I love
that. From being on stage completely cold to actually talking to somebody in DMs and then getting on a call with somebody who I feel like I had some connection with. Again, it's that northern thing, straight talking, telling me what I knew I needed to do, but I was either, I don't know whether I was either avoiding it or just still overthinking it. And so one of the things that he convinced me to do was, if I signed up, I had to get my offer nailed within 2 weeks, and he was going to review it for me, and then I had to put it live. So that was the deal.
I love that.
So I was still a bit worried about the money side of it, because it's it's a big investment, but actually it makes you back yourself.
Yes.
That I can do this, and I don't know what it's like in C2C, but it sounds like it's going to tick all the boxes that I need. So let's give it a go. And
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that he kind of like gave you that deadline straight away. He did something similar with me way back when, however many years ago it was. So yeah, I know the power of that, because it kind of snaps you out of that overthinking. It's like, okay, right, I've got a deadline. This is something great's going to happen if I get it finished. And it just snaps you out of that overthinking cycle, and then sets the tone for the rest of the C2C relationship, which is amazing. So fabulous. And before we move on to the next section, had you tried high ticket programs before, or was this your first sort of proper experience of a high ticket program like this?
I, it's whatever you call high ticket, I suppose. Not as high ticket as
Yeah. Okay.
C2C. I'd bought done for you courses, and
Right.
I'd kind of gone through them, got stuck, then got busy, then left it,
Yeah.
kept dipping in and out of it, but didn't feel like I was getting that one-to-one support to actually move me again. Why is it that you're stuck? What is it that you're doing? And just challenging all of that to actually move me a bit further on.
Yeah.
You still sort of get the support, but I didn't feel like it was that one-to-one support where it would actually move me further.
I'm with you. I know exactly what you mean. It's that lack of accountability almost. Sometimes it's like a lot of the time, a lot of programs have support in them, but I do find that actually a lot of people need that accountability. Be like, right, what are you doing? What you're not doing? How are we going to change this? What are we going to do within the next week, 2 weeks, month, whatever, to make you move forwards? Because otherwise, like you say, you get busy or you get frustrated and then you drop it and you do something else rather than the thing that needs to happen because you haven't got that support.
Yeah.
So that's great feedback to get. So thank you very much. Okay, so I want to talk a bit now about your process throughout C2C so far because you're still in.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say? What stages have you gone through in terms of your mentality? What kind of mindset shifts have you had over the course of the 9 months ish?
Probably first of all, going into the community was a bit sort of, I don't know, I'd probably say a little bit daunting at first.
Okay. Yep.
Because I'm the sort of person that's going to sit back and watch first and kind of get a feel for something first rather than dive straight in. So, I did that, but fairly quickly the event wasn't too long after that.
Right. Yeah.
So I felt like I had to go to the event just to meet people in person. And once I did that and met everybody, then the experience in the community for me felt a lot more personal. And,
Good.
you've built those connections with real people. They're not just people on screens who you're never going to meet again.
Yeah.
And I think that was really, really important because it helps you to, if you have got a question, it's often difficult to, it's quite personal about your business or it's about you as a person. And sometimes it's difficult to vocalize that in a group where people don't know you. And also you feel like you've got your reputation to,
Yes, absolutely.
14 years as a business owner, you've got your reputation to hold up as well. And sometimes letting your guard down is difficult, but I found it a lot easier after I've been to the event as well and met everybody. And everyone's so lovely. And you guys, the team are so supportive and, challenge you when you need challenging, but also have fun as well. And I know I keep getting told off now for laughing too much and having too much fun on the calls.
Oh, I love that. I'm so pleased as well that the event really helped you to kind of gel with the group, because when I joined, again, way back whenever it was, we didn't have the events at the time. But actually, since we've implemented them and introduced them, the feedback is always, it's really, really nice to kind of establish friendships and everything else. Just even just knowing what someone's legs look like, because you see them in their little square on Zoom each week or whatever, but actually seeing people in real life, like, there's nothing beats in person in my view anyway.
No.
So it's lovely to kind of introduce that element so that you guys get that experience too. So I'm really pleased that you enjoyed
and
the live
I've made some good friends and some people that I can just send a direct message to if I'm struggling, or if I've just got a question, or you just want to run something by somebody. I feel like I've got those relationships now, and that's inside the community and outside the community, which is brilliant.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and that's what we want, for people to create those friendships and peer groups and things, as well as like outside and inside the community. So yeah,
Mm.
amazing. So, how has your business changed, do you think, over the time that you've been with us?
The business has it has been a roller coaster.
Uh-huh.
I changed things up in January. The beginning part of this year was kind of a bit of that transition period in terms
Right.
of, right, we're not going to focus on the easy win clients. I'm going to focus on the clients that I really want. And if they're not going to fit, I'm not going to progress it. And so, yeah, this year's been a real challenge, but it's paid off.
Yay!
So
Massively.
yeah, it's been hard.
Mm-hmm.
I could have just quite easily sat back and, continued with the types of clients that I had,
Yeah.
waiting for the right ones to come. But I made a conscious I put a conscious line in the sand that said, no, I'm not going to take on clients that are not a good fit now. And again, it's put my back against the wall,
Yeah.
seriously. But I've stuck with it, and you guys and Chris and the rest of the team have all supported me in getting there, and it's taken a long time to get there and to get, the clients that I've got over the line, but it's been so worth it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so pleased.
So from a
So
business point of view, I've actually been looking at my numbers, and so far this year, so January to now, is the best year so far since pre-COVID, and we're only halfway
amazing.
through it.
Congratulations. That's awesome, because
Yeah,
doing that transition that you've mentioned is probably one of the most challenging parts of the program, but also running a business generally, isn't it? Because you could quite easily, as you rightly said, just be like, oh, I'll just take that one. Oh, I'll just take that one, just for the short
yeah,
term gains, when actually you're doing yourself a disservice there. But it takes real discipline to be like, no, actually, this is my line in the sand and I'm not doing that anymore. So
yeah,
amazing work to you, first of all, because it's such a hard transition, and it's one that even like I struggle with, the team could like struggle with too at times. So yeah, really good work on that one, and I'm so pleased to hear it's been worth it.
yeah.
So before we get into the finances, which I'll ask you later,
Okay.
you said it's been really worth it in terms of the getting these new clients. How does it feel? Like, how does it feel different? Like, what, without going into detail about, individual clients or anything like that?
It's confidence
Yeah.
as well. The fact that, if you've got two over the line, then there's a good chance that there's more to come. And yeah, it is that confidence boost that, yes, you've managed to convince two people to work with you. And so there's no reason why there can't be another 5 or 10 or whatever out there. And it's just, it is, I mean, I say this to my clients, it is having the eye on the ball, and just thinking about what that North Star goal is, and just trying to shut out all the other noise and
Yeah.
keep going towards your goal. And the difference is, confidence and, I think, clarity more than anything as well. Again, it's just saying no to the people that are not a good fit, and sticking to your guns, which I think previously I would have gone, oh, come on then,
Yeah.
let's work together. And then I find that,
You regret it straight away.
yeah, and there was a point, I think it was maybe last September, October, something like that. And I remember posting in the group, can you guys just tell me to stop doing what I'm doing? Because I keep saying yes,
Yeah.
and I'm just a busy fool. And now I've got no time, because I'm so busy, to focus on the North Star, on those clients that I really want to work with. And yes, I got told off, which is
Probably more than one.
what I needed. I needed somebody to tell me to stop,
Yeah.
refocus, and go again.
Yeah.
And
I'm so pleased.
again, it's just, working on your own. It's so hard to do that because you've got a mortgage, you've got bills to pay. And so it is important to keep the money rolling in, but it is important to obviously get the right clients and the right work-life balance as well.
Yeah. Okay, talk to me about that then. How does work look? No, not how does work look. How does life look outside of work these days?
It's still busy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the moment, I'm fully booked until September, which is great. But the fact that I'm not managing people's social media all the time, and that I'm looking more, I'm managing the actual marketing strategy as a whole, it just means that, I can go on holiday without having to manage 5 different businesses' social media. And I'm more present when I'm on holiday. It means that I'm not having to necessarily, if I'm going away for 2 weeks holiday, I don't have to work those 2 weeks before I go away, and then being manic when I get back as well, and working whilst I'm on holiday as well. So for me and my family, it means that I can shut the laptop, go on holiday. I do check in from time to time and check my emails and get rid of the junk ones and delete them so that, you're ready when you come back to work again. But yeah, being more present for my family and having additional income to have more holidays, because that's my thing. That's what I want to do. So yeah, and hopefully I'll be taking on a cleaner soon, which is
That's living the
amazing.
dream. That's living
Living
the
the dream.
No more housework. It's gone. Love it. Oh, that's really
Yeah,
good.
cleaning and
Really
holidays. I live a simple life.
sorted. Oh, amazing. So, what would you say has been the most powerful part of the program, if there's been one that's been stood out to you the most?
The most, probably the calls. I mean, I don't miss many, but the calls, even if you don't come with a question, there's usually something, you always take something away from them.
Yeah.
And if you have got a question, you and the team give you the time to hopefully get to the bottom of it and give you some guidance as to how to move forward. And I think that's been the most powerful part for me, especially this year. Because, I've been, it's taken me 4 months to get 2 clients over the line. And nearly every week I'm coming back saying, right, we're at this stage now. What should I be doing?
Yeah. It's that step by step, isn't it? As you get to each milestone, like, what do I do
Totally.
next?
Yeah. And I think without you helping me through that, I would have probably given up, because I'd have thought, they're not coming back to me. They're not interested. I'll move on and see if I can talk to somebody else.
Well, I know one of them in particular took ages, didn't they? It was just you had a time frame, and then it got pushed back, and then it got postponed, and then something else happened, and it's just continuing. That's the persistence, isn't it? It's the persistence and that really, really pays off, and making sure that you stay in their mind and continue to serve them in some way during that period of time. So hats off to you, because I know the one in particular was a grind to get to the point of exchanging contracts, for sure.
Yeah, but it was worth it, but I genuinely don't think that I'd have stuck it out if I hadn't have been coming to the calls and putting my hand up and saying, this is something that, this is where I'm at the moment, what should I do? And again, it's that sales process. From a marketing point of view, I've got them over the line, I'm talking to them, But
Yeah.
it's what do I do through that sales process? And previously, I'd have probably chased a few times and then given up because they're not interested. But actually, that persistence this time has, got them over the line. So
Amazing.
thank you.
Always be persistent. It's
Mm.
probably the takeaway from this for anybody. Like, just keep up with this persistence. Don't take no for an answer.
Yep, that's it.
Oh, amazing. Okay, so you mentioned that so far this year has been the best financial year apart
Mm-hmm.
from pre-COVID. What financial milestones have you hit? What does that look like in more detail within the limits of what you're willing to share, of course?
Yeah, well, I mean, the two clients that I've mentioned, they total 15 grand,
Nice.
which, previously they were a lot smaller than that. And as far as the monthly, I wanted to be hitting regular 5K months, and I'm there. And it's, I think post-COVID, I've been consistently hitting, a decent amount of money every month, and sometimes it's more than 5K, sometimes it's less. But it was more of a roller coaster, and you gain a client, you lose a client, and it was just that roller coaster that was just the challenge. And also the fact that you get to the stage where you're up against it, you're fully booked, and you can't take on any more clients, and so you feel like you can't scale either. So by getting these two clients over the line, I'm with the other clients that I've already got as well, I'm working with less clients for more money, and I've got more stability throughout the month as well.
Amazing. That's the dream, isn't it? Like, that's for me, that's the dream. Like, absolutely.
And I am at the stage now where, with the processes that I've put in place, now I can take on a VA to help with all the admin that goes along with running your own business. And then once that kind of flattens out and becomes just a day-to-day working relationship, then hopefully that's September and we can go out and start looking for another client.
Amazing. I can't wait to see. I can't wait. Like, I love doing these for this reason, because I get to see the outcome of everything that we're doing. And although it's not done yet, I know there's more to come. It's lovely to see the hard work pay off and get to play a small part in it. So thank you for chatting with me today.
No problem.
One more question. No, two more questions. If someone you knew was considering C2C and you were trying to persuade them to join, what would you say?
I would say, if you're prepared to back yourself and you're prepared to do the work, then it's a no-brainer. You've just got to do it. But you've got to do the work. It's, 100%. It's not a magic pill. And I know that I'm not even halfway through the program yet. I'm probably not even a third through the program. But I've got what I've needed to get this far. And I know that there's another huge chunk of work to do in there if I want to keep going, and I do want to keep going. So the sky's the limit.
We'll have you as long as you want us.
But it's scary. It is scary backing yourself, but actually I think pitching it at the level that you've pitched it, it's scary to the point where you have to do the work. There's no choice. So if you know that you can do it, and in the heart of hearts you want that result, then it's a no-brainer.
Great advice there. Thank you. And then the last question: what does the future hold for you, do you think, over the next 6-12 months?
Ooh, I'm not sure. Hopefully My goal has always been 5 really great clients.
Okay.
So at the moment, I've got 3.
Okay.
If I can bag another one before the end of this year and another one early next year, then great. If it happens sooner, bring it on.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Rachelle, for sharing your experience. And thank you, anybody that's watching right now. I'll see you again soon. And yeah, that's it for today.